Welcome, everybody. So today we are here. We posted a poll yesterday. Y'all did not participate. You did not participate. There was only like 3 of you guys who participated on that poll, and I'm detached. But because we will listen to the 3 of you, this is what we decided to go with today. Yes, wiping it might actually work, Pumpkin, because sometimes it might not be that deep. So we posted a status, I believe, on Makoya page, and it was a video for you to check out that gave reference to the topic of today, and it was to ask you guys, should we go with it or not? And 3 people responded, so we are going with it because it's 100% response. So that is basically that. But yeah, today we just want to go with it. But let me welcome you guys. Yes, you are Abutilenyora. You are. You are definitely one of the 3. I know them by name. Ngali Supagamuka, Ngadalabo. So welcome to Makoya Rundown. My name is Kagiso. We are Makoya indeed. We hope you are Makoya today, and we try and keep it real and have conversations that are true to our hearts, that contributes positively to the society, and we hope to learn, we hope to empower each other, we hope to do all manner of good things with these conversations that we're having. So whether you have an issue you'd like us to help you with, you have a thought that you'd like us to help you sift through, you have anything really that you would like a group of people to have conversations with you about, come through. We can definitely set aside time for you, and we help you clear things out and help you take through. So that's basically that. Please continue tapping. In these past days that I've been live, you guys have been doing great. I've not had to tell you to type, and you've just been doing the right things, and I appreciate you guys. So let's get to 50k, and yeah. So Leroy, let's start with you. What's your view on the topic? I'm not the viewing person, Leroy. I will not be giving views. Everyone here will be giving views. I'm kidding. Parenting. Should you be friends with your kids? And Tata KG must go last. He always has good point. You see, Karabo? Good. Thank you. I will go last. So hopefully I'll take that position today. So please come through, guys. When I'm kidding out about so I want you to come through. Let's talk about this one. Come through, guys. Let me know, what do you guys think? You either plan on having kids, whether you have kids, whether you observe kids in and around you being parented, whether mangwani, rangwani, ramoholo, you have niece and nephews that you either you're taking care of or you are part and parcel of the community that take care of these kids. And nowadays it's a bit of a touchy situation, and I don't know why. It has its different perspectives, but nowadays parents, you would think twice to speak to anyone's child, to reprimand anyone's child, to advise anyone's child, to care for a stranger's child for that matter, because of the world that we live in. So you think twice about ever doing something that in our times, any parent could call you to order in the street. They see you doing something out of line, they would easily drag you home. If they don't know you, they will ask the parents or the elders around and be like, "Ngwana o ka kae o? Ke wa ko kae o ke mo ise ko ga bone," and you get home, you are dealt with generally. So we were raised in that time where it did take a village to raise a kid. But kwamanje, because we live in the burbs, I don't know, maybe we must adapt the concept and be like, hey, it takes a suburb to raise a child. So I don't know, these things, it becomes a little bit interesting when you observe now, because you are relegated to the observer role. Today it takes an island, yabo. So we are relegated to the observer role. So many of us have observed kids being raised in the past 10 years, and I'm sure y'all have opinions of how these kids are being raised and all of that. Hello, Nano. And this is Nano. Why Nano? Please indulge my curiosity if you don't mind. And so for me, it's, should you be friends with your kids? Should a parent be friends with their kids? What does it mean to be a friend to your kid? Advantages, disadvantages. Let's come with it. You may not have a child of your own, but you definitely have ideas of how you would raise your own. Good morning, Shansha. How are you, not Shansha? I hope you're doing very well. So yeah, man, let's have this conversation. Leroy, do you want to start?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Good night, guys. But I'm sorry, guys. So yeah, man. Can you like that video particularly? Actually, getting your roommates more, and actually because it kind of got to me, and I was actually breaking. Isn't like this guy's right actually. So more that video, he said actually breaking kind of parents actually shouldn't be breaking kind of friends with their kids, like rather okay, I really can't remember the exact words now, but then like he said rather be some sort of a leader actually, like a parent actually. So Barking is like be the authority, yeah. So like meaning that okay, sharp, you can be friendly with them, but then is like just remind them, no, actually you are the child here, I am the parent here. So whatever I say here, you are gonna do, you're gonna be like that until I. So no, and yeah. So now, so me I don't have kids, guys. Get alone like or me and kids fit the parking and it's cut. Ne, but came alone man, it happen like where I live, like is like there's a lot of kids actually. So hey, sometimes tota go bua nnete tsala mana, hey, some some of the parents, ne, they let their kids get away with a lot. Actually, that is gonna actually is like mess them up in the future. Toto go and need developer, you know. Some of you
Is
guys
it
know.
is it in because they let them get along, get away with a lot because they are friends with kids, or
I'd rather say they are too lenient, you know. Like I do
okay?
understand, like some people they were not raised well, so now like they are being what they needed to their kids when they were kids, right? That's understandable, but then happy they must realize or Sheba, you are raising mototlo uh like a part of the society that doesn't really give a um, uh like about them actually. So rather teach them how to be working kind of strong, like working kind of like beyond you as in just babying them but again there's this guy actually working disciplinarian and he's busy trending right now. He's fixing as in like such kids actually, you know, who were too babied as in like yeah, who were being babied so no and about in society right now. So hey man, some of you guys know for me you're like now ke advocate la thupa tsala bona ga ngwana sa utlwi bona o kgatla thupa o mo shapa o itse keng ka re keng gore a itse gore no as in like wrong is wrong, right is right. Some may see it as no you're abusing kids, you're abusing no, you know what, like there's a thin line between disciplining and abuse actually, ne? Because I do understand the abuse part actually. So like coach is very, 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 very wrong actually. But then now we should learn for a man Sheva. Kids must be disciplined because now they're like sponges, you know, barking kind of isn't like these people on Pinchak, you know. There's another video that I saw yesterday actually where ngwana like ga mo tlwaetsa gore they can ignore you isn't like once. So now like but and then happy normal mo go bona. So now like like which is very dangerous actually. So hey man, hey, like me I don't believe more as like gentle parenting now. Sheba. You can love them working pillars and like have like working kind of the chats with them and happy as in like you know like let them more open with each other, but then now learn to put those boundaries where I'm gonna share by sharp. We are friendly now pillars and but then like working ga ke braya gago ne ke rrago chief so mo ke mo ga ka mo chief born yes you can be free like this and that but rules are rules here in Pinchak. So there is something that I feel like most of the new generation parents actually should actually practice now. So for you guys who are listening, I'm not saying abuse your kids, no, but learn to stay firm more. Hey, chief, more it's wrong, chief. You do this, you're gonna get this. You F around, you find out. Just that. But again, can you be like like 2 weeks back actually? Ne? More barking, more live is more actually. There was a kid who was bullying like another kid actually. And then me, I was just walking around and there. Dude, I mean, I couldn't handle that man, like barking can I me as in like kilo so because I understand type of you know, like there are those parents where man what's king you speak with the children about on the street, bro. So now but then now it's like that part I was like, you know what, ne? I'm willing to actually be on some chief. You know what, it's like stop this. Of me so nah. go deal alwena. So which goes back to how as in like grown most of the 90s kids actually as in like were raised, you know. But again, the community thing actually. No. You apologize now actually. But again, can I apologize as in the chief? You do this again. It's me and you, your mother. Then I walked out actually. But I kind of felt bad because I felt like the mother would have actually, as in like, went wild actually more. But then I was like, no, man. Like, like what he was doing actually, like, was wrong. Gore mangareng I feed. So let's do better, Bargain fam, you know? Yes, you can be now with your kids and they're like friendly and they're like, let them do this and that, but then they must know the rules. They must understand the emanatu. Like one day, you're gonna be the adult, modified. You're gonna be alone now, nah? Because your mother won't be there, mama won't be there, nah? But I can happen more chief. People, they don't care about you, Barakin chief. Or no now or no boss you're gonna go to jail or maybe die. So yeah, actually, it's like just that. But yeah, well,
I think this is the longest one you have spoken. Two, you had so much to say for someone who has his issues with kids. Well spoken. Thank you
I
so
was
much,
like, yeah,
Abibile.
like bila, but it's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
We are just shocked.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
All right. You mentioned so many things I don't even know where to go, but um, where do I start? The comments, Leroy. Okay. Let me go to the comments. Allow me, Leroy, while I marinate on some of the stuff he said. Sis Nano, thank you for answering me. It's a beautiful name, by the way. Ntwanano, unity in Tsonga, and or is it Chitsonga? Is it Chitsonga? Chitsonga, no? Sorry. And you said there is no bad parenting, Sis Nano. At some point, I'd like you to come through and elaborate further in that way. And Makupe, this is the one day I'm offering my protection. Ungasabe umuntu, come and comment. You can be friendly, but not a friend to your kids. But Samarikoro, you can be friends once they are adults. Before that, you are guiding. Okay. I was having these conversations with my son yesterday. Because I was angry at how he behaves, and he was not taking me serious when I was disciplining him. I told him I'm not your friend. And what else is there? Okay. I think we need to work on vocabulary. I came across this video that was speaking about healing, and I think I didn't check who the person is and what they do, but it sounded like they were speaking as a psychologist or something along those lines. But they were saying that human beings, we until you find the vocabulary, the proper vocabulary for that matter, for what you are feeling, you might struggle resolving it. And because most of the words that we know and were brought up knowing sad, angry, happy, those basic things. But within that umbrella of sad, you could be experiencing a myriad of emotions that fall under that. There could be grief, there could be pain, there could be, a whole lot of things that are happening there. So I say this to come to the concept of when also we're saying don't be friends with your kids, or what does it mean to be a friend to your kid? Does When we say friend, are we insinuating, or do we want to say be open to your kids, have a room for your kids to come to you and talk to you about things that they are or that bothers them? Because it's essentially that's how a friend, would be to you. You can approach your friend concerning these things, and when you say I'm not your friend, is it coming from a point that to uskantraela, or what it is? So what vocabulary are we using, and what do we exactly mean by this friend? So is it what are we looking at this point in time? So that is, I think, something that I would like us to think around while we edit. Osfusi, kindly mute so long. You will unmute when it's your opportunity. Thank you so much. And Karabo, come through.
Alrighty. Hi, everyone. Sorry, just
How are
give me a second.
you? Not a problem at all. While I read these comments, you let me know when you're ready.
I'm good. I'm
Okay.
good. How are you guys?
Very good, man. Wanna?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Yo, this
Wonderful.
topic, Jesus Lord. This
Yeah.
topic is so intense. Especially for someone like me. I grew up in a very strict household. Extremely strict. Let's say, for example, okay, not even for example, but just to give you an idea, it would be school holidays or maybe after school. We at home, the park is maybe 2 minutes walk from the house, and I still wouldn't even be able to go there. Whether it's school holiday, after school, it doesn't matter. As soon as I get inside the house, I must stay there. I can't go out. But anyways, I have got so much to say about this particular topic. So I really, really hope that I can really vocalize myself. Like you said earlier, when you don't necessarily have the right vocabulary to voice your feelings and your emotions, it might be challenging for the next person to actually not necessarily resonate, but understand where you're coming from about, what you've experienced. So, Nako Hae, like I said, I grew up in a very strict household, where there was little to no opportunity for me to say, Mom, Dad, this is what's going on in my life. I need your help. I need your assistance. I need your guidance, and all of those things. Instead, I literally grew up fearing my parents. And in that fear, I don't know if if it built me having respect for them or if it was just the fear, So those two lines were very blurred in terms of growing up. And, excuse me, it kind of evolved into me kind of resenting them to a certain point, because they never really allowed me to do certain things. And fine, yes, I understand now that I'm older why they didn't want me to do those things, but I just wish that they were more open as to their reasons why. Because I think normally what parents do, they normally say, don't do this, but then they don't give you reasons why, as to why you shouldn't do that. And like Leroy said in the beginning, to say, if you can't do something, tell them why they can't do it, so that they can understand. These are the repercussions that might happen when you're doing certain things or whatever the case may be. And looking at how other kids in my age group grew up and they had strict parents like mine, most of them have kids or had kids at younger ages or whatever the case may be, because to a certain extent it's kind of like a thing of they wanted to prove a point, or they wanted to experience whatever the parents said, no, you can't do this or whatever, right? or they had, very traumatic experiences. I don't want to go into detail because I don't want to trigger anybody that might be on the call. But we can all imagine this terrible and evil world, what the possibilities are of a child asaneng ko hae or asatheletseng batswadi, right? So with that being said, I think for me turning out the way that I turned out was a choice. I had told myself, oh, okay, I can see what other people are doing and what their actions produce in terms of consequences. And I said, I'm not going to do that for myself. So I chose to be better, and I chose, okay, you know what? Let me be who I want to be. Maybe when I grow up, things will change. And now that I've grown, well, relatively, but now that I've grown and I'm an adult now, I'm really, really grateful for the fact that the younger me was able to make such a choice that had a huge impact in terms of how I turned out. Yes, I was raised in a house that has values, morals, and, teaching you from what's right and what's wrong. But having experienced or gone through that particular experience or grown up the way that I grew up, I would say for me, what I'll do differently when I have my own kids, I wouldn't want to be friends with them per se, but I would allow them to be able to come to me and speak to me about things. I want them to be open, right, to me. I want to know what is happening in my child's life so that I'm able to guide them and protect them to a certain extent, but then also not protect them too much, because there are certain things that as a child or as a person, you can only learn by experience or going through it, and not necessarily just listening to somebody tell you, oh no, you can't do this because of this and this and this. Some things you just need to let the person experience that so that they can learn in future. But I feel like for me right now, I don't have any kids, not yet. And I feel like for me, finding that balance or striking the balance between being a parent and that openness between you as a parent and the child, I feel like for me already, I'm seeing that as it's something that's going to be kind of like difficult because it's not something that I've experienced. It's something that I'm still it's going to be new to me. So yeah, that's just my point. I don't know if I've made sense or if you understand me.
I fully hear you. Well explained. Have you read a book about parenting yet?
I'm not really a reader, but I
Listening
definitely
to a
probably
podcast?
will. Yes, listening to podcasts, sure. Yes, definitely. There are some things that I've picked up here and there, but I haven't really been fully invested in that because that's not what I want right now in my life. So maybe at some point when I'm ready, then that's when I'll actively, do research and, and all of those things. But so far, if I come across something, I'll watch, I'll listen, if it's like a little article, I'll read it and see, okay, this and this and this, just to pick up a few pointers as well as time goes. Yeah.
No. Well put. I hear you. I hear you. Fusi?
Ish, guys. This topic, I was talking to my husband yesterday with the attitude, because I'm gonna have a problem with my firstborn attitude, and I was like, you know what? Sometimes I think it's so difficult to deal with the child because I don't think he can be able to draw a line yet that if I'm saying he must stop something or I don't like it, he takes me seriously. My child, you'll talk to him and you'll keep on dancing and you'll say, mama, you're not serious. Boys, those styling and doing. And I'm like, this person, he's just 12. He is 12. And I'm like, when at your age, when my mother was saying something, I would take her seriously. It doesn't matter. It didn't matter at that time whether I ngiyayithanda lento mama athi ngiyenze or no. Do you understand that? So our kids, I think, as much as we believe we know now, we know better than our parents. That we tell ourselves, like we say we know better than our parents. But I think somewhere our parents, they were protecting us from certain things Because you wouldn't ask your mother if she's saying don't do this. You wouldn't ask your mother, mama, why are you saying, like, you wouldn't even dare ask those kind of questions. But now our kids, they ask each and everything. So here is the problem that I've realized yesterday. I've realized that we are bleeding on these kids. There was a channel that I was in, and we're talking about childhood trauma in a marriage. And I don't think we realize that we can bring our childhood trauma in bring up our kids. You know, and because sometimes you might find that there is a difference between fear and respect. What it was installed kakhulu kithi, it was fear, not respect. Do you understand? And I think we are confusing the two. Ne? And when I mentioned that you can be friendly with your child, but you cannot be friend. With my friend, I can sit down with my friend and have a glass of wine. But I cannot sit down with my child and have a class and say, Choma, I can't do that. You can create an environment that the kids will be able to come to you as a mother, because the world is rough out there. The bullying is too much. You can be able to create that environment that, you know what, my child, just know that you are brilliant, you are intelligent, you are loved here at home, and no one should ever tell you otherwise. I think our responsibility as parents, we are here to mold their character, to know what they want, to know exactly what this is not for me, this is for me. And if I have a problem, I'm able to go to my mother or my father and say whatever that has, it troubled me. But I think we are too hard sometimes. I realize, even if I was talking to me, he cried. He said, Mama, but you don't give me a chance. You are just shouting sometimes. Sometimes I'll just talk to you, and then you just snap at me without no reason. I'm like, really? Will I do that without a reason? He will be like, yes, because that's not what you are doing to my last born. He says, I don't do that. To my last born, I listen to him. I ask him how was his day. But when he comes to me and when he approached me to tell me all those things, I snap, I shout at him, and I felt so guilty that I've been bleeding on my child. So let us be very careful about childhood trauma. If you are able to, like you are able to separate being a parent, you are able to separate, now I need to deal with my childhood trauma. Then you're gonna be able to have that healthy relationship with your kids.
Okay. Thank you so much, Fusi. And welcome to the panel for the first time. I'm seeing you here. So
thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming. Okay, all right, okay. We appreciate you still. You can still remain on the panel, and we will have this discussion, because you've brought in some important points, and today I know this is gonna be a very engaging conversation. So I want to give people as much opportunity as they can, then we'll get into the things of it, right? So you can mute so long, and let's move to Rakadi Sabzigidiki. Hello, Sabzigidiki.
What's Rakadi?
Do I even have a right to speak? I mean, I've only been a parent for 2 minutes. Like,
Ubani ona right. Tina sithatha right tina ke.
ngimangele ngibona omunye nje phezu kwami ngiyazibuza ukuthi I wonder. I'm seeing omunye khuluma. And I'm just like, I wonder ukuthi uzothini ngoba nje. Guys, ngiyadlala. Good morning everyone. How are you guys doing?
You good, winner?
Wow, see.
I can't complain much. I'm alive. Should we be friends with our kids, or should our parents be friends with us? I think friends is not the word. I think in my small 2 cents, as a parent, you just need to create a very safe and comfortable space for your kids, to be able to come to you with, anything. More than anything, I wouldn't want my kids to fear me, because I also did not grow up fearing my parents, I could literally speak to my parents about everything and anything. And yeah, I can't really say that I was my mom's friend. I think more than anything now, that we are now grown. I mean, she has 3 girls that are like, we are so grown. I mean, last born 32, so you guys can imagine. Only now that we feel that we are friends. Mara le teng wa bona gore somehow siya tshwaelana. Once you say your parent is your friend, ke feel like o tlo tsamaya o tswe ko sporong, like you're gonna o tlo tswa ko trekeng ganyana. I saw a video that disturbed me more on TikTok. A baby girl, I could say, but she looks like she's in her early 20s, because I think she said something like she's 21. She did a surprise a birthday set up for her boyfriend at her home. And her caption was, when you are friends with your mother and she allows you to do a birthday surprise for your boyfriend at her house. And she did a whole setup with rose petals and everything in her bedroom. Ko gabo. Yabo sesiyajwayelana manje. Sifike kanjani lapho? No, honestly speaking, So I think as a parent, you just need to make a safe space.
Sorry to interrupt. Wait. Was there a male figure around in that video? Like the father?
One of the comments said, there's no father figure in that house. There's definitely not a male figure. In the comments, someone said, there's definitely not a male figure in that house. And a lot of people were saying, can this soft parenting never locate me? And other people were saying, Runa, what else Fusi was saying now, Runa, we grew up, personally, childhood traumas, and this is why we wouldn't allow our kids to do such things for their boyfriends. And I said, I think we are literally losing the plot. There is soft parenting, there is being, having a relationship le mutsadi, and there is just being out of line. So in the video, all I could see was, I think she's got siblings, and it was her mother, but all like female figures. There's definitely no male figure in that house. And I literally, I watched that video 55 times, and I was just like, Sfige kanjani la? There are balloons flying in her bedroom. Hey, umbete usete up rose petals in her mother's house. I am so really can that soft parenting not visit me. But all I'm saying when KG is, it's important for one to have a relationship with the parent, a very comfortable, and like I feel my relationship with my parents needs to be a safe space, so that if anything bothers me, if anything happens and I can't speak to anyone about it, my mom or my dad should be one of the people that I'm comfortable. If I feel, because I'm being a baby girl, if I feel it's too woman-like and I can't have a conversation with my dad, then my mom will definitely be the next person from my dad, And Liteng, when you have that conversation, also guys, this person is your parent. So you choose your words. If I'm gonna say to Koketo, and then I went and the cloth, I'm not gonna apply the same barking terms or wording with my mom. I'm gonna try and sugarcoat it and find like the most polite and most decent words to use when I'm having that conversation with my mother. Yeah, being friends, no. being friends, samba jwaleng. I mean, we can see it ordinarily in our 30s and our late 20s. If I were to ask you now, how are you doing with your friends? We must have that conversation. It must be a topic and be like, how are you doing currently with your friendships? Bonang, ke kopa le butseng madam a behave too. Ria, please go back where you come from. I'm so sorry, guys. I got distracted by that comment. Oh my goodness. Yeah, if we were to ask each other, Gore, how are we currently doing with our friends? Nka starta ka Makupe and she will drop an entire bomb. Because friendship yalo, nali the hiccup, ning you're not talking, ning you don't feel like talking to them. And imagine if you were to be like that with your parent, where one day you wake up and you're like, oh, today I don't feel like talking to my mom, or I'm not talking to my mom for 3 months, or I'm taking a break from my mom. It can never be me, but that's friendship. You take time away from your friends. You take a break from a certain friend because you feel they're being toxic, or they're being too much, or the relationship is taking a lot from you. The friendship is taking a lot from you. So I wouldn't really use the term friendship, but I'll just say that as a parent, you just need it. Definitely, because then they will go to their friends, which they will not always get the greatest advice from the friends. Hello, Mrs. How are you? You're not gonna get the greatest advice from friends, but just create a very safe and comfortable space for your children, so that should they have anything outside that they are dealing with, then they are more than comfortable and confident to come and speak to you. Yeah, I think, friend, no, friend, no.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I still say that we need to still explore the concept of the vocabulary for what do we mean by friend, and what then friendly also looks like. Because some things, I mean, without even talking about the video that you spoke about, part of the reason why I ask about a male figure in the house is that I feel like even if there was a brother or a younger brother, would have had nje kwali nje, like without there being a father, so to put it, just a male figure nje would be like what is this, and yeah, or malume, but unfortunately malume le bona don't necessarily stay, in the same house and whatnot. But yeah, like if ever there was a day for him to have been invited, I'm sure he would have said I am sanganolo. And I mean there's room for parents knowing who their child is dating, right? Provided that there's also allowance of the dating, because some parents will stick and say, at this age you ought not to be dating nobody. But those who do allow would say, I would rather you have me know whoever you are dating, and if you all are gonna meet here in my house, where I will know that you're here, I will observe that you're here, and I would assume that as a parent you would have built that respect and everything else to say that in as much as there's that room, it does not then extend a license for a basketball taba, So I think all of that can only be had with communication, really. And depending on the age, and it comes to also the thing of, do you at some point having to trust the character, the values you have instilled in your child to say when they are of a certain age, they should be able to make certain decisions based on what you have, taught them. And, so there's also room of that. Like for me, I did not grow up having conversations about girlfriends until I was probably in high school, like my latter years of high school. And there were not conversations, they were very passive. We were just passing by. I remember a time where my mom, I don't know when this was per se, but I'm thinking it was possibly Varsity Vibes, or yeah, because I was home on a motihari, so that tells me I was not at school, and we were listening to the radio, and she was cleaning. I think she was sweeping the house. I was in my room at the time, and after mo passage mole, and the conversation is happening on the radio, and she just passed by a broom. Already, you listening, and I burst out laughing because the conversation was about condoms and and sex and all of that, and I was like, oh man, I appreciated the fact that she tried, to be like, hey, at least be listening. I can't say this thing out loud to you, but yeah, for me, it said, okay, she values the information and agrees to what's being said on radio. So that's her saying, listen, daughter, yabo. And yeah, so that became a thing. And even the introduction of whoever I'm dating would have been from far, or the person would visit my house as a friend, and I'll just be known, okay, Kyola, just so that they can see and know who the person is, but there will never be like a introduction of that nature, or yeah, this is the case. And that's where it would end. There wouldn't be just like you're saying in this video, crazy things. But nonetheless, so there's certain rooms that get built based on also you trusting what you have raised and giving them room to exercise that responsibility and guiding them. So I think there's different stages at which you can raise a child. Even in their adulthood, you can still raise them. Just that there is different things of how close are you, how much room, how much do you interfere, and things like that. But that's also very much based on what have you instilled in this child growing up, So yeah, thank you so much, Rakhadi, for that. And Makupe, I give you freedom. I protect you only for this life. The rest we can negotiate.
Wow. Thank you for that conditional protection. Thank you. Dumelang.
Hello, hi.
Yeah, no, it complex taba ya parenting, right?
Yes.
And I think also, like yesterday, one of the things that I said is that as a person, you are such a complex being, and one person can't be everything and fulfill all your needs. So I think that's also another part where parents may these days get it wrong. Or not wrong. Sorry, I don't have another word. Get it misunderstood. Ngoba siphila is disclaimer.
Yeah.
So before there was a village raised a child. So you could be a parent in a certain capacity and fulfill your role as a parent fully, but you weren't everything to your child. There were people that were able to guide you when you parent. There were people that your child could go to when you were not available, right? And I think this thing of now what we see with parents, you are the only one o kgonang go kgalema ngwana gago, you are the only one o kgonang go etsa so, you are your child's be all and end all. That is one of the problems. I think another thing is this thing with friendship. I think, okay, fine, if we say friendship in its purest form, it's a companionship and like a bosomhood that you have with this person, you have a connection with this person, then it's good to have that friendship, that level of friendship with your child, but not as a peer, because peer nyana that comes with friendship as well. We're on the same level, so you can't be your child's level figure of authority and be their peer. You cannot do that. You cannot be a figure of authority and be a peer, because that's where ngwana a tlo go fokofisa a etsang, then it's a problem, because I get le dichomi. That's how they treat their friends. Ke gona gore ha ke bolela le Sabelo ke re no wa bona ba neng wa ntlaela, because she's my friend, we are peers. That because my parents are a figure of authority, I will never say that. I won't even dream. Nka se ke lore le gore I can challenge my parents in that way ever. So that is where the problem comes. And I think that we also are very selective and we overcorrect. So even with this gentle parenting thing, you are on the gentle, but you're not parenting. Yes, you can be gentle, but now you are not parenting. You are not being an authority figure to your child. And earlier on, I was saying, I've seen an amazing example of gentle parenting with two of my sisters. When first of all, ngwana gage halla, ne, if she wants something that other children have, she will say no, right? And her no is, her child will hear her no, even if Allah. And the beautiful thing about when this child cries, Allah disappointed, she goes to her mother for comfort. Her mother will be the one who's like, come here and cry. When you're done crying, tell me. Then mama will explain why she said no. I said no because their parent is okay with them having juice, but you know, you cannot have juice after 8. Okay? And then it's a yes, it's a child. It's not this thing of pacifying bana, ngwana halla, o mo fa ntho gore a tloge mo sefatlhegong sa gago, bana ba kgone gore ba like, what's going on? You don't want to parent either. It's an inconvenience when your child is crying. Bana ba godisa ke di YouTube video, bana ba godisa ke TV, a ba godise ke lona. Ngwana halla o mo hlohla ka baby shark a thole. Like, it's so wild to me, yeah, it's inconvenient, it's annoying, but they are your responsibility. Ko wena o tshwanetse go mo tsudisa. A tsudisa ke ma? Ke baby shark? Ke cocomelon? Njani? Ha setse ba le roga ba bolela dilo tseo tse leng ko di cocomeloning lalla. Because cocomelon ke motswadi wa gae. Ke yena o mmotsang gore yetsa so, ska etsa so, this is right. Gona le this other one that was trending recently gore bana o botsa bana gore ba kenye menwana mo di socketeng tsa motlhagase and all the, you don't even filter and check things that your children are watching. Bana ba itshega ka dikero ba etsang because ba botsa ke di gogo tse leng mo dipopaeng. As long as you see that it's a cartoon, you are fine. You don't even go through the content of this deputy parent, because now the Popeye ke the deputy parent. So guys, be careful. Be careful. Also, trust your village. Why le batla gore le lean on other people? It means why do you have people in your life that you wouldn't trust your kids with? Why do you have them in your life in the first place? My younger sister knows gore, me and her. So I have a conversation with her about how she wants to raise her child. I will treat her child the way she wants me to treat her child. Maramo ke bonang gore this one doesn't make sense. I will question that. I'll interrogate that and have a conversation with her. I'll see. Don't you think gore maybe you can zama this instead of this, right? And linto eya gore batho ha ba sena bana, you think that they can't advise you on parenting. If common sense and having a brain was a prerequisite for being a parent, many children would be infertile. Many people would be infertile if it was a requirement. Nkebe a le kgone go bana le bana ba bangata ba lona cause a le kgone le go nnagana mara you are parents. Bara sikho lapho.
You're protected. Whoever wants to come for you must come for me.
You took that by the chest. You utlwile ela go gore e tlo ko sefubeng sa gae, and if we itse sefuba sa ga koki ne go ke hese sefuba. O utlwile gore ela e tlo ko sefubeng sa gae.
Chest out, man. Chest out.
To the table.
Man. Kibitz says, sad thing is there's no village anymore. When you start reprimanding someone's kid, mewa kwata. True. Hey. Khuraf. The village now steps back. True. I think I saw some video of some lady. She was telling a story of how she was at a drive-thru of McDonald's, and when she was either picking up the order or, told she sees kids. Kidi teeny man. And baraka di vape, humunate. And she's like, yeah, and the kids at first were like, oh, and then when now, and she's like, hey, but and whatnot, and started telling them off and whatnot, and people were just looking at her and shocked. And of course, now both these teens are like, what's happening now? But because she came with that authority, they gave her the vape ale, and she told them, Lohana, why are you guys here? But where's an adult with you guys? Go back home, type of a thing, and she was just saying exactly that, it's, why are we just letting kids just be in jail and whatnot? And some of these kids, it's not like they know very well, or they can't do these things so high. Probably that's why by local instead of so if you then not gonna reinforce that thing, go strating, hey guys, go rough subs, come through before I go to Z, don't make it long.
With what you're saying, I'm that village that stepped back when my nephew goes to Binoni High, and he is 16 now, 15 last year. They also had something like vibe going on, and because to me he's still a child, he's like my, like the first nephew that I had, and to me he's still my baby. So he was with friends, and they were doing funny business, and I stopped the car, and Kagiso, that village parent who came and said, hey, yo, Banabas Khuwa. No, she went to Bidoni High What about sekgowa things? Sitswa ka amakhala. They were like, no, friends, bro, no, tell your aunt she must stop capping. No, she must back off. No. Literally, they took their stuff and they walked away and they left me with, and I'm like, let me tell you, that day, I decided to be that village that stepped back. Never, ever, ever. If I see other kids doing, as long as none of my kids are there, I just drive away like I didn't see anything.
Sure.
Better stop capping, fam.
And let me tell you, later on, I had to ask him, I'm like, because Kimbita boys are. So later on, I'm like, so boys are, what is capping? Like, oh, my man, no, it's fine, it's okay, like, chilled. I'm like, yo, okay, bye.
Capping, man. Stop capping.
But Shumakup, are you able to hold it so that I give Z the opportunity? Z?
Good morning, good day. What is it? 11:38. Hi,
Hello,
everyone.
hi. How are
How's
you?
everyone doing today?
Very well, very well, very well. Good seeing you on the panel.
Yeah, man, it's been a minute. Apologies. When you make other plans, life happens, yeah?
Definitely. Definitely.
So,
Come through with it.
as far as I can remember, the one thing that I've always wanted to be is a mom, all right? And it's been a journey to accept that that's something that I won't realize, all right? But in all essence of the word, I've accepted that I've brought children through my heart, right? So I raised my baby sister, and my sister is a single mom. So her and I, she calls me deputy parent, and her son calls me his deputy mom, right? So he's 17, he just turned 17 in July, and there's been a lot of touch and goes there for a second, right? But I've had to really master her parenting style in order to make sure that I don't overstep boundaries, right? And to basically provide the respect due, but in the same breath, just be there for him. So she's very strict, and as she should be. She's raising a future husband to somebody, a future leader, right? She's very strict with her son, and I basically play the good cop, which is great for me, right? Because I can spoil him rotten, and the one thing that I do is that I just kind of navigate it as good cop, and I get as much information out of him. So in order for me to be able to mold him and direct him, and if there's something very important, I'll in confidence, chat with my sister, because we have pens down wine sessions on Fridays, and then I'll call her to the side and I'll let her know that this is what's going on with Simi currently, in confidence, and then I'll tell her, if I need you to step in, I'll let you know, but I've got it for now, right? This is what's going on. This is the girlfriend that he's got now, and things like that, so he basically views me as the good cop. However, for his benefit, and so that we always know what's going on. He doesn't know the agenda that my sister and I have, right? And it really, really works, because he's very free talking to me, even about things that he naturally wouldn't talk to his mom about. And then
he'll say things like, "Oh, she's gonna flip out," and then and I also try and just embed in him, oh, maybe you should navigate it this way, but also imparting to him all the time to say, like if he comes to me with a complaint, right, I'll say, your mom really really loves you, and yes, she's human, she may make mistakes and stuff, right, but you must never think it's out of a place of hate, of spite, right? She does all of these things because she really wants you to be the best that you can be, and because I'm good cop, he he previously, about 5 years ago, he was starting to get into the habit of he's gonna come to me to ask for things without asking his mom, and his mom and I have an understanding. So his mom shut it down and she was like, you can't be doing things like this, and you can't be going to my sister about things like this and saying this and this to my sister, because you are essentially messing up my sister and I's relationship, because my sister is still my sister. You know what I'm saying? So and you know how boys will try and push boundaries and all of that, and when we felt as women that there are certain spaces that should really be tackled by a male figure, my husband has always stepped in, and they have uncle nephew kind of conversations, because we are also very much aware, and we're not elusive of the fact that this is a male child and there's certain skills that we won't be able to impart. So I think it's great. Yes, be strict. I'm not saying don't be strict, but I think it's great for a child to have that good cop also on their side, and it will work to your benefit if you select that person carefully, and it must be somebody that you trust. And for me, it worked wonders. I think I've explained to you before that my dad was just my ray of sunshine, and my mom used to crack whip, right? And for me, it gave me like a fair balance of the two as well, because even when I was delinquent, as ngwana we are staging and all of those things, right? When I became delinquent, there were certain things that I would have never done, because the first thing that I thought of was my mom's the look on my mom's face, you know. So I'm not going to say, Uguti, no, that didn't help me. Her being, and my sister and I were talking about it the other day, that if it was not for mom and how strict she was, we probably would have fallen into so many traps when we came to Joburg. And you'll find that I'm not going to mention nationalities and stuff, because I don't want to come across a certain way, but you'll find that some people are asking you to do wrong things, like push powder and but then your mom has placed that fear of God in you, and you already, the thought of you just thinking of mom is enough to say, I know this. No, sorry. You can rather call me you foolish girl. It's fine, right? But this one, we're not gonna be able to go ahead with this one. Never. Yeah, but so and just not wanting to disappoint dad as well, because he was just like our, like I'm saying, ray of sunshine. Itofolax, that guy, God rest his soul. He was just the sweetest, smoothest chap ever. So I think we had a fair balance, and that's exactly what we're trying to replicate for my sister's son. And even though when we were raising my baby sister, we were still very young, and we were in our early 20s and we didn't quite know what we were doing, but we didn't break anything, thank God. So I think it's important for a kid to know
Yeah.
that, okay, here I've got an open door policy, and also the strictness helps, because then that child knows. Like, they had a school trip where they were going to play basketball about 2 weeks back, and then his mom called him, and then all of the kids were like trying to prank him and say, pass us the Hennessy, Simi. And then he put his mama on mute. Not that there was any Hennessy. He put his mom on mute, right? And then he said, do you guys want me to die? Do you guys know that my mom is cray cray? So he was telling me this in the car when I picked him up on the day from school. And I shared it with his mom, and we had a good laugh, because we felt that just by that that comment there, we felt that actually we're achieving what we wanted. The fact that we want him to ukuthi abe nayo lento ukuthi angengange just in jail, because there will be consequences. But also, if I do need to talk about stuff that's going on with me, like on the lighter side, auntie's there. So yeah, man.
No.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Thank you so much, Z. Much appreciated for that contribution. It's great. We can only do what we can with what we have, and as long as we are willing to grow and adapt, then I think we also stand a good chance of winning this thing. So that's quite good. Thank you so much. I think Makupe, you had raised your hand just before Z came through. I don't know if you still remember what you needed to say, but you can say what you want to say now.
Yeah. No, I was focusing tabaya. Yeah, bo abuti cap. Babo tansabelo gore she's capping.
Yeah.
I recently bona bana ba ko Pirodi High. It was the metric dance after party. Oh, metric dance. And then my sister was like, because she initially was like, she wants to go to the after party. And I was like, hell no, at least they were receiving capping. Mara, at least we are closer to age group, yeah. Yabanaba. So we offer our services, my brother and I, after party. I'm telling you, I was already exhausted when we were picking them up from the venue to go to a club in Senton. But anyway, thankfully, we weren't allowed in, because they were like, this is only for Banaba school. So that in itself gave us comfort. Okay, protector from Yona is not there, because we were worried Abuti KG will be there preying on children. So at least we knew okay. But then we went to a nearby club and waited for them. 4 a.m. Abuti KG, they were in there until 4 a.m. But anyway,
Sure. Yeah.
The moral of the story is my niece Natamaile asked us to pick up one of her friends, and when it was time to go, because even ka 4 we were like, no baby, it's time to go. And she had to tell her friends, no guys, let's go. Their friends, Banabako High School, whose parents left them in my care, are telling me, no, bona, no, baromela tsimologo to come and tell me, no, they are staying, but what's my limang mang. Njani? Bana ba abasa tshaba le gore ba tsho bya le ko bathong ba ba golo gore wena o tsamaya le mshimane. Yeah. And I was like, hell, they must come here and tell me to my face, we're not doing this. And they came, but I could see from the way this child was talking to me, one, ha tshabe motho mogolo. The way she was addressing me told me, Hore, she's not trying to do this. You know, so from there I could see gore I think ke kopa gore o fonele motswadi wa gago or o texte motswadi wa gago ke eme mo, because another thing is if she gets lost or something happens and I was the one who was responsible for her, ke mathata. But basically homegirl was telling me that I am capping because yena le dichomi tsa gae ba na le Airbnb. They even have Airbnbs to go after the after party. Yo, I was just like, you know what? Mark me absent. Bana ba aba sa tshaba next. Batswadi ba bana ba le bona, because this is the thing about if you do your job properly as a parent. Ngwana ga ha bona motho mogolo o bona motswadi wa gae. You see how a child is raised by the way they address any adult in the room. It's not, respect is not reserved only for the people that brought you into this world. It's for every adult. Ha o bona motho mogolo o bona motswadi wa gago. And it's problematic, guys.
Sure.
Angazi ukuthi nizoyilungisa kanjani. Mara yo abantwana benu bayadelela and thina sizobashaya, because now you are acting like my peer. I will treat you the way I will treat my peers when they come at me sideways. I can read it. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Sure. All right. Thank you so much, Makube. Thank you so much.
Last disclaimer. Guys, I don't know how to fight. I just say Gizodisha. I don't know even how to make a fist. Ngiyadlala ne? Please.
You're speaking with your chest earlier on. Man, thank you for that. Safe space, booyah pair. Was a safe space.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Hi. It's morning this side.
Which side is this that is morning?
I won't say my exact location, but
Yeah.
Europe side, yes.
Country, hemisphere.
Europe.
Which side of the hemisphere, okay?
Europe. I'm in
okay.
Europe. Yes,
No,
yes.
Understood. How are you? Come through and welcome to the panel. I think I'm seeing you for the first time. So
Thank you. Thank you. Wow, interesting topic.
Thank you.
Wow. So should parents be friends with should you be friends with your kids basically? And wow, okay, so I'm a Gen Z mom, and I was raised by, my mom is also, she's a millennial, so yeah. So,
interesting times.
Yeah. Very.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, but I think it also depends on maybe the age difference, maybe that some parents might have with their children. I could be wrong. I was friends with my mom. We basically grew up together, and even to this day, we talk about everything. Basically, you see us, you wouldn't know who's mom, who's daughter. Basically, you get the picture. So I also think, I think it depends on is, the age difference and the time. And because my mom was raised by, so my mom is a millennial, and her mom, which is my grandmother, I think she's a baby bloomer. I could be wrong. So yeah, my mom and her mom, their age difference is quite big, and they were never really friends. Mom was very, very strict. My grandmother, very, very strict. She's a pastor. So, I just think it depends on the age and maybe the time when, I don't know, I could be wrong. Please engage me. Thank you.
No problem. So maybe the one question I would ask you is the way you grew up with, or the way you grew up, right? And your relationship with your mom, perhaps comparing it to other kids. If you don't mind me asking, are you already above your 20s?
Yes, I'm already above my
Okay, so all right. So compared to other kids who may not have grown up the same way as you did, but they're your age mates, is there anything that for you in your upbringing, the way your mom brought you up, do you feel is a disadvantage or an advantage?
Oh,
Anything that
wow.
comes to mind?
Oh, wow, thanks for this question. I think personally it's an advantage because life is already hard. Like, this is what my mom would always say to me, why make it hard on yourselves? If mom and daughter could be friends, why not? Life is already hard out there. There are people who are going to want to influence them, and, sorry, I'm just reading the comments.
People are trying to suss you out. Yeah, continue.
Sorry, I even forgot what I said, but yeah.
So, okay, so you said you were saying it is an advantage
Oh,
because you're
yes,
still yet to
definitely.
come into the because
Yes,
part.
yes, it's an advantage because then, I mean, for instance, now, because I'm a mom as well, why would I want the world to teach my daughter things that I wouldn't, want the world to teach her when I am here, when I can raise her and teach her those things? I mean, we live in a digital world right now where everything is just in your face without even asking for it, and so, I mean, yeah, I think it's an advantage, and you get to learn, I mean, it's just wonderful. It's amazing. I mean, I love my mom, and if she was not my
That's
friend, who
wonderful.
else?
That's great. And would you say there's any disadvantage that you've picked up?
Oh, yeah, there is actually, there is that advantage of she wouldn't maybe sometimes let me do decisions by myself. She always wants to be involved in my decisions, although I live in my own house as well, so, but she still wants to be involved in that way. So yeah, that's just the only disadvantage for me that it has. She wants to know everything, and it just draws down to, do you draw a boundary? Is there such thing as boundary now that you're friends? The other downside of it is, is there a point where I should draw a boundary, or this is actually just a friendship that just goes on and on and on, and there's no that balance between mom and daughter. I don't know if I'm making sense. Yeah.
Fully understand. Fully understand. Was dad in the picture?
Oh yeah, my dad has been in the picture. Yeah. So I live with my parents,
And
so.
is he of the same upbringing, or rather, does he work together with your mom, and that's his perspective also?
Yeah, my dad is young as well, so they just months apart. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. All right. So now he's adapting to that raising model, if I
Yeah,
may put
although
it
it took
that
my
way.
dad some time because he's like a proper suitor man. So, even though
Okay.
even though he's suitor, but I grew up in Europe, he's just like very strict on some things like wearing mom's makeup or shoes when I was young growing up. But then, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. And I ask you these questions because I think you are a, well, obviously the first case in terms of what we've been speaking about, and you have experienced
Yeah,
this
yeah.
friendly upbringing, and it's a wonderful thing. And with element of the disadvantage, how, now that you are also a mom,
Yep.
how are you navigating that?
I'm enjoying it. I mean, maybe it's because of I have a man that really loves me, my husband, you know, and I have support on, you know, both ways. So it's just easier for me to kind of balance it out. And which has also drawn me to the other thing of, you know, finances. You know, finances could also play a huge role on upbringing and, you know, the relationships and, you know, dynamics. So, yeah.
Sure. All right. So my question was, in terms of the disadvantage you have mentioned about boundaries with your mom, how do you plan? Do you plan to change that with your child? And how would that look like?
Well, at the end of the day, to be quite honest, oh wow. Well, that's a great question, and it's
It's
just
a
got me
tough question.
thinking now.
It's okay. So it doesn't have to be correct because you've only
Yeah,
thought about it now. But yeah,
yeah.
just whatever comes to mind. How would you think you'd go about it
Oh, changing the boundaries, you'd say, right?
if you want to change them?
Well, some things, to be quite fair, like I just put my foot down, you know, because I learned it from her, you know,
Okay.
and and at the end of the day, there is also that mutual respect between it took us a while to get here, please, you know, I know it sounds all rosy, you know, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
those were the challenges that we had, and you know, but I mean, yeah.
Okay. No, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I could keep on asking you more questions, but I don't want
I
to
don't
make you feel
mind.
uncomfortable.
No, I'm fine.
Oh, okay. All right. Because me, I'll keep on asking.
Oh no, please
Last
engage
question,
me.
then I'll give the next person.
Okay.
So, with, for example, now your husband,
Yeah.
was he raised any different, and how are you guys then navigating the parenting of your now child, with your differences in terms of how you guys were brought up?
Okay, so we were raised from different cultures, you know, so a lot of that plays into it, you know. But then because of that friendship that we have, you know, it makes it a bit less, you know, less harder to maneuver through, you know, those challenges, you know, to
Good.
get to that point. Yeah, yeah.
That's wonderful. Great, man. And are you enjoying parenthood so
Oh,
far?
yes, I'm enjoying it. I mean, this is my first baby girl after two boys, so I am just excited. I'm just all over her.
That's wonderful. That's very great. That's wonderful. So you've had enough experience with the other two then before you get to the girl.
Oh yes, I did.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I did. Yeah, when
That's
I'm still
wonderful,
quite
man.
young, you know, but then I do
Yeah.
believe that there's no one way to go into life. You know, all of us chose what we chose our paths basically, and I chose this path, and I'm just happy in it. Yeah.
No, I understand. Thank you so much. Stay in the in the panel,
Yes.
just mute, and we will
I
continue
didn't
to
even
engage.
get your
Okay.
name. Thank you for engaging
Repeat,
me.
please.
I didn't even get your name.
Oh, sorry. My name is KG. We are
KG,
Makaya
sorry.
Rundowns.
I can't see it
Yes, I
here
don't roll
because it's just
alone.
like a MLK rundown. So I'm like, who do I refer to? Thank you so much, everyone, for listening.
It's a pleasure.
Thank
It's a
you.
pleasure. Yeah. So we have a whole team up in here. We are here Monday to Friday, 20 past 10 South African time. So you can do the math in terms of your time. But yeah, Leroy is also part of the team. Sabelo Subs is also part of the team. So yeah, we are here Monday to Friday. Faz, kindly unmute. Fazeka.
Hi guys, how are you?
Very well in yourself, Faz. How you
Hi, how are
doing?
you?
Top
Hello.
Zile. Come with it.
I'm good.
Yes, can you hear me?
I'm good, thank you.
Wonderful.
Yes, I can. It's just
Then
that
come
my
with it.
network is up and down, so it's kicking there and there. Yeah. So
Continue speaking then.
this is my first time being live.
Welcome.
Guys, the topic that you guys have. Thank you. Thank you. I'm actually the follower of this platform, but most of the time I'm a silent listener. I would participate there and there, but now this topic that you guys have today, it's actually very deep as a parent. I'm a single parent of 2 kids. I'm in my early 40s. So basically what I can say from what I'm hearing from everyone who came to the platform, one thing that I can say, parenting ain't a skill. It doesn't have a skill. And what I can also mention, ukuthi abantwana abafani. Because you can say, because of I've got daughter on 19 years, she's doing first year in UWC. But now my problem is with her. I thought I'm doing a good thing by being friend with her. I think it's because angihlalanga naye. So now, right now I'm in Joburg. So I was born and raised at Cape Town. I had kids in Cape Town. Then when I wanted to relocate to Johannesburg, so my brother decided to, to take my daughter to stay with him. You understand? Because I didn't know Joburg, how is it going to handle me, and I wanted to stay in Joburg and check ukuthi izinto zami zizohamba kanjani, then I can take my kids with me. So basically I did not stay with my child from grade, let me just say from uqala kwakhe high school. So what I can say, I was there. I'm only realizing now ukuthi I don't know my child.
Sure.
But all these years, Bekahlala no brother we will always communicate. I thought I know her. But for some reason now, I'm seeing something different. And believe me, I wanted to be that mother where my child also give me you know what, I've got this problem 1, 2, 3. I said I've got 2 kids. The other one is 19 and then the other one is 15, turning 16 in December. He's a boy. Because I wanted her to understand ukuthi ngiyafikeleleka, I sit down with her and I was like, you know what, girl, I want you to understand ukuthi whenever you go some stuff, please share with me. I'm here to listen, whether it's a good thing, whether it's a nice thing. I even said, I don't have a problem with you sharing with me ukuthi you are now dating, so that I can give you advice there and then. You understand? So I thought we are in the same page. And I know ukuthi you will get those mothers that they will say, I can't believe my child is pregnant because we were so close. Like we could share everything. And we spoke about prevention, we spoke about protection, we spoke about everything. But how did this happen? Because I thought we are close with our kids. You understand? But now, hence I'm saying, this thing, it doesn't have a method of how can you do it, because we try. Believe me, indlela engenza ngayo to my kids, it's totally different from indlela engikhuliswe ngayo. Hence I'm saying I'm on my early 40s. So you could understand ukuthi when I grew up, things were not like this. You understand? But now, because I wanted ukuthi my kids must be close to me,
even though I'm not staying with her, but everything. Every day we will video call, every day we will call, and I'll even ask in the school how, like I thought ukuthi we are close. But now this year, because she started eskolweni, and then now she's staying eskolweni. Ne?
Yeah.
And then I even told her, you know what, I know you guys, you've got that thing, umzali uyaqeqeshwa, ngumXhosa by the way. Umzali uyaqeqeshwa. I know that because I'm watching them on TikTok and they be like, hey, don't allow uyamqeqesha umzali. So ngithi kuye, please don't qeqesha me in terms of if I want to call you, if I want you, and then I can't get hold of you, come back, you know what, ma'am, I saw your missed call, I saw your WhatsApp, I was busy, I'm gonna come back to you later. That gives me a peace of mind. Okay, now I know which is okay. Because I even told her, this thing, you want to train me, I cannot speak with you more than 3 to 4 days. It's not okay with me because anything can happen. You are very far away from me. You understand?
Yeah.
So now that thing it give me an assurance you are safe. I even said to her, I don't mind if you don't want me to video call at a certain moment. I understand maybe you'll be with your friends. Maybe you might be with your boyfriend. Then I understand I won't video call you. But just say, Mom, I'm okay. But that child of mine, lately, I don't know, Uguti, I am being too much. Believe me, I'm trying. If I did not see her, I will send a message. She'll just blue tick me. Or angangeni WhatsApp, and I could see Uguti, she was online. She's coming in on WhatsApp and out, but akazuphendula into message jam. And ngivele ngimvule. You know what? Even my son, I asked my son, when was the last time you spoke with your sister? And then he's like, why? Need to know. He couldn't believe because he knows we are close and we spoke more. A phone in, we understand. But now for me, phone in, it's something else. Like, and now I'm realizing, actually, I don't know this child. I don't know, and believe me, I am not gonna blame myself. I'm not gonna blame myself for maybe it's because of akahlalanga nam. No, I'm not gonna do that because I'm seeing imagine being a trauma because now I'm seeing now she's being selfish because now I'm the concerning to check on her. Sometimes when you are a parent, you can't even control these things because I know she's okay. But as for me, I'll see her phone in. I'll be like, when was the last time you had a meal? Did you cook? Did you eat? And I'm like that, and then she'll be like, hi mama, you don't have to worry because I know that she's just child. She is that child otanda iPC obviously because I like my peace. And normally she would say, mama ngizopheka ngabo kitchen ngiyopheka ngabo 10 because a kitchen like I just want my peace. You understand? But concern yami the way I behave ngakhona lately, I don't know what to do. Something saying to me, angimvule ngivele ngimyeke athi makathandile abuyele kimi. Something that parenting thing ukuthi mara ukwazi uzoyazi kanjani ukuthi she's okay, because that thing ukuthi ngene ku WhatsApp wakhe ngicheck ukuthi no, she was online ngesikhathi stile iyanikeza that thing ukuthi okay, she is okay, but is she okay? You understand? And I don't know if maybe being emotions wakhe or I'm trying to blackmail her because I think yesterday when I was browsing on my TikTok, I saw this video. This lady, she was basically broken and crying. You know what? You guys never told us ukuthi abazali they can be so traumatic and toxic and what. Umama wami akangithandi, and sometimes I think this lady, she said she's in her early 30s if I'm not mistaken, but she was crying. You could see this lady is heartbroken. Udinga umama uthando lukamama wakhe. You understand? And you could see, and she said it's been a while that afumana uthando from umama wakhe, mara umama wakhe ufuna imali from yena. Yes, ivele yangithatha because now I've got this daughter of mine longing uthando ukuthi nginikeze naye angireturn that love, and then she's shutting doors. You know what I did? I don't know if I should feel bad, but I just wanted to remind her, ukuthi I am umamakhe and I love her. I sent her that video and I wrote a long message and I said, you know what, because she kept on saying, nah, I was busy, but when she never had time. Ukuthi manje return ama calls, phone, magathini. Ngikutshela ukuthi I sent that message yesterday. Akayivulanga umntanami, like it was yesterday around morning, but akangayivula. So I think I'm in a point of I don't know what as a parent kumele wenze kanjani. I know I've been bluffing, but it's something that is esifubeni sami, like, you know what, parenting, it's not easy.
Fez, do you allow me and the 19 people who are here to speak on your situation? I'm asking for permission.
Of course, definitely. That's why I joined you. Maybe some people would make sense. Yes.
Good. Apela, these people have opinions. They will definitely give you opinions. Don't worry. So I just wanted to make sure that, we're not just giving you unsolicited advice. So, but I'll ask you a couple of questions. How is your faith walk currently?
My faith.
Yeah.
Like in terms of spirituality.
Yeah.
No, definitely. I'm one person who, if I've got a problem, I'll pray about it and I'll be like, you know what, I'll say. I always take things easy, or I will always take things lighter. But to be honest, deep down, that thing will be there. But I always choose to be positive. In every situation, I always choose to be positive.
All right. No, that's good. The reason I'm asking you that is, and I like the fact that you've already stated that you will not blame yourself for how, you were not at a point in time, not physically present with your child, which is good. So you're not going to have a victim mentality in terms of that. Now, the reason I mentioned the issue of faith is part and element of being parents is, in as much as we are raising these kids, we are equally also guiding them, or rather we are an authority over their lives spiritually. You hold a lot of authority as a parent over your child's life. And as a result of that, your words become very powerful. So if you then take this situation and your child in a place of prayer, you may not necessarily see results immediately, but that goes a very long way, particularly when your child is far from home, right? Your child being in school, being exposed to, I always say this, university is the best thing that could happen for a human being to experience. And her being there's a lot that can happen, that will happen, but much of it, you can at least have influence with it spiritually. In a place of your prayer, when you bring your child before your Creator and you speak life, you speak protection, you speak everything that you ought to speak about as a parent. And also equally so, to gain and ask for that wisdom for you to be able to navigate this current situation, right? So that's just that part that I don't want you to neglect that, because it plays a very big role in how, because in my faith, I'm a Christian, by the way, in my faith, we believe that God is a God of hearts. He understands our hearts way better than we even understand ourselves. So if you are able to touch the heart of your daughter through God, you will just be there, you will win. Okay. So that is one element where you have a lot of strength and power that you can exercise, and supernaturally things do happen. Secondly, you need to also evaluate. I'm not sure, Faz, if you have had the opportunity to go to university yourself. Faz? Faz,
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Yes, I'm asking, have you had the opportunity to go to university yourself?
No.
Faz,
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
I was in a college.
That's cool. There's a bit
not
of
in
a
university.
delay, but you're at a college, it's fine. So you do have experience of that. I was just asking
Yeah, my
from
network.
an element of
Yeah, it's my network.
Okay. So from the element of your experience even being in college, because it's still a higher learning, you will know the amount of change that you can go through. Yes, you were raised differently from your child, but right now I would think and I would suggest that if you can sit her down or have a conversation with her and be like, how would you like me to parent you through this phase of your life? This question, I would believe, provided she will answer you, will give her room to then say to you what the type of person that she would like you to be to her at this point in time. Not that you should be that person, that will be up to you. But what it will do for you is you will understand her current state of mind, why she would be asking for that. Is there anything lacking? And all of that. Is it because she just wants to have it easy or things like that? You wanted to say something fast?
You know what you are saying right now is things that we said and spoke about. Believe me,
Yeah.
me and her, we are a praying people, or I would say she is my prayer partner.
Okay.
Hence, I'm saying this is sudden. She was not like this, and we would sit down and spoke about a lot of things, with especially because Mina. Hence, I'm saying, Guti, I tried to be that close parent that I want to share a lot of things with her, because I told her, Guti, the moment you go to varsity, now it shows good. Now you are an adult. Now you know what it's right, what it's wrong. Like, we spoke a lot about that. I even asked her, Oguti, I even asked her, Oguti, ucabanga ukuthi she can say ukuthi, no, mama, you are being too much, or uzokoyika ukuthi, mama, no, you don't do this and don't do that. Because I know ukuthi she's always a child othetha le nto akayifunayo ukuyithetha. Not because of
Okay.
akahloniphi, but she speaks her mind. I know that.
Speaks her
And
mind,
that's one
yeah.
thing that I like about her, ukuthi mina umsebenzi wami bekuwukuthi I don't want her to hide things away from me. And ngaze ngamxelela ngathi, you know what, even utwala, you are gonna be exposed, because I know ukuthi the time bekahlala brother wami, she was like a child ohlala endlini, she doesn't have friends. So we had a conversation about, now you're going to meet a lot of different people, and ngacebisa phana pha ukuthi how to handle like abantu aba toxic and whatnot. Like, we've got that relationship ukuthi we share a lot of things, we understand. But I also hear you now uthi kumele ngihlale naye phansi and ask ukuthi right now like ukwenzeka ntoni, not to shut the door. Believe me, I do pray about it. And not so long ago, I asked her, hey girl, are you still praying? Because I know you uhlala no Rumza. erumini, do you think ukuthi uba nawo sometimes laa nto ukuthi if you don't want to wake up at 12? I know most these kids are balali mas, but do you think ukuthi if you guys nihleli niyafunda, do you get that moment yokuthi you just go and pray? Because that is something that you are used to praying, we understand. And I always tell ukuthi, you know what, ngiyamtshela ngithi you specifically you know ukuthi when things go south you have to pray, you need to pray about it. I always tell her that. She knows. Hence I'm saying this is just a sudden thing ukuthi, like, what went wrong right now? Oh, yeah, understand. So I don't know if I should just pray about it and not ask her anything, or I should sit down with her as you are saying and ask her, like, what is happening? Because now this new side, I don't get it. What's happening? And at the same time, I'm feeling harsh. At the same time, I'm feeling like, I don't know. That is why I need to, you know what, this thing, I know this is the correct way of doing it. You understand?
Yeah. And how is the relationship with your brother with her currently?
Remember, my brother is in Cape Town. Like, one thing that I can tell you, a relationship here, but both of them, Niaz in a good relationship, okay. She never showed me ukuthi there is a problem between the two of them, including the wife. We understand.
So the brother and the wife. Okay, good.
I don't know a relationship between both of them.
Okay. So the reason I ask about the relationship and how it is, the fact that they are both in Cape Town, or all three of them are in Cape Town, have you tried to involve them in the situation? Because at least they are physically closer to her than you are right now. And just to invite her at home, spend the weekend at home, suss her out, you know, understand what is happening, and just to bring that observation so that they can see her, you know, build a culture of saying, hey, every second week, come to the house, spend the weekend at our place, and then you'll go back to school, just for monitoring and seeing how things are, so that it's not only you who's trying to get in, so that also you can get assistance from your brother and his wife.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand, because basically they are also their parents, her parents.
Exactly.
So yeah, I understand what you are saying. No, I haven't spoke with this situation, no brother Wam and unkosikazi wakhe. Hence I'm saying this is new, but bekuyinto like mna engizihlayele ngayo, ngabuza ukuthi what's going on. Hence I'm saying ukuthi ngithe mangithola le topic, and then it touched me because it's something that I'm recently going through. Yeah,
Okay.
so
No, we are happy
I wanted to
that,
assess the situation, and then I can take it further.
Okay. Yeah, I think different things could be happening in this case. You know, involve your brother and his wife, just to, you know, give you feedback in terms of that. But I think go back into a place of prayer more, and you will get it through. Sometimes, especially in university, man, there's a lot of things, especially when you have said you have instilled the habit of prayer, that attitude of prayer and all of that. When you go to university, you don't know the background of your roommate, you know, you don't know the background of the people that you are in. And some of these places, especially if it's residences and whatnot, they have their own cultures, and that might be in contradictory to what you have instilled in your child. And it's very easy for her to lose that balance, and she could be at that stage. There could be some influences that I'm saying, when you take it back to a place of prayer, you will get insight as to what is happening. It could definitely, especially when things are very sudden, there's definitely something happening spiritually. So attack it at that level. Physically, when you see that things are not happening, attack it at that level of the spirit, and you will get more clarity and more vision as to what is happening. And obviously, based on your relationship with God, you're able to discern as to how you can move and navigate the situation. But with also now going to the physical side of things, she is a girl child. She is perhaps away from home. There's a lot of things that she might be seeing, different emotions, different people she's coming across with, even all of these things and theories that will shake her a bit. But it also in the trust of how you have raised her, how your brother has raised her, the conversations that you have had. What now part of your element of prayer is, let God bring those into remembrance, in terms of the things that you have instilled, because you've had the conversation. It's not like you have not had the conversation. So maybe there is that now room to see that what you have instilled in her is there, and she can begin to draw from that and lead into it. She will make mistakes. Also, that's something that you will need to come to terms with it, to say that's why even in a place of prayer, should there be any mistakes, let it not be mistakes that will be detrimental to her path, to her destiny, to how things ought to work out, but there will be that room of and it should be created of those mistakes that will happen just for the sake of experiencing the stage that she's in her life and how it could shape. So just also let her know that, hey, I would appreciate a text from you every morning, a voice note from you every morning, to just say, hey mom, I'm alive, I'm going to classes, that is that. Hey mom, I'm good, my day's going this way, whatever the case may be. You're not gonna be fussed about how often she does it, but you just explain how in your distance it gives you a peace of mind that she is okay, that she is alive. Even if she might not be okay, she is trying to handle it herself using the tools that you have given her. I think when you just explain that and give her room to respond and whatnot, but you are also standing very firm in your area of prayer, then something has to give, so that would be my advice. And I will give others an opportunity who would like to weigh into Otsfezaka's situation. Is there anyone? I know there's been a lot of comments. I've not been able to read them. I hope you are reading them, Sis Faz. But yeah, anyone on the panel, safe space, Leroy, any advice you'd like to give?
Hi, I'd just like to say something. It's coming from, just take me as that Gen Z naughty child, who got pregnant young and who's not listening to her mom, and what I'd just like to add on is that parents, I'm very fortunate to speak about parenting because I'm also a mom despite my age, but then I believe that also parents should unlearn some of the things that they have learned. I'm just gonna rewind just a few years back, a young girl coming to Europe, and I was a very young girl, I was not even a teenager yet, and okay, fine, being a naughty girl, both my parents are strict, being a naughty girl, fine. It happens that I was being naughty on that day. I'm already in Europe. I was raised in South Africa all this while, and I'm 11. I'm coming here to Europe. Okay, so fine. I'm being naughty, and my dad was very angry this time. And he took I can't remember if it was his shoe or a belt, and he slapped me in my arm. I can't really remember what happened, and but then I cried, and one of the neighbors heard what happened, and before you know it, the police were here in our home. What is going on? And we were raised, and it takes have to spank a child in order for a child to listen to you, all those kind of things. But then just because it has been that way, it does not mean it is the correct way. Maybe some things that you could be doing, it doesn't mean it's right just because it has been done that way. And I've been reading the comments, and I've been seeing a lot of people saying, you're not meant to be a friend with your child. And guess what? My parents had to pay a fine for that, and they had to go for psychology for that. You get what I mean? So a lot of things, the environment influences, that, where you grew up, finances. I speak a lot on finances because I'm an accounting student. It's something that I do part time. So you also get to learn, when you're in a different place, different environment, that the environment plays a role on a lot of factors, and
Oh, you are mute. I think maybe you are receiving a call. Okay, but it's all good. Faz, would you like to respond so long while Safe Space is away? Okay, Faz, all the best. I mean, Safe Space.
Guys, what I
Yes,
can
Faz.
say, what I can say, Yuguti, I'm glad that I came to this live. And because sometimes when you think things through alone, hence I'm saying, I'm not sure what to do. But what you've said, Guti, you just reminded me, Guti, I must not focus in kakhulu into this problem. Then I must just go to my corner and pray more about it. Yes, I know I was praying about it, but I was not that praying more about it. So thank you so much for reminding me in terms of that. I think what I should do is to just pray about the situation. I'll also believe Guti, this is just a phase. Because I know deep down ukuthi yena umntwana onjani. I'm talking ngomntana who knows ukuthi when things doesn't go right, she would even fast. So I wouldn't say ukuthi she is a naughty child, but I'm just thinking ukuthi this is a phase. This is the phase of which you just reminded me ukuthi my role is to just and do what a deputy person should do. Yeah, I understand that, because most of the time we do pray for people. We are praying for them. You understand that? So now this is the platform. Maybe I should just give her time and just pray about it. So
Definitely.
I think I gained that to good umkhumbuzo, you know what, just stick with what you were doing, but a bit more, and be more specific. You understand it? Because when we pray, we always pray, you know what, please God protect my kids at school and give me more, that are surrounding her. But now this, maybe I just needed someone who's gonna just tip my shoulder, hey girl, just pray and pray more. Mimoya does attack you, because the Mimoya could say, you know what, this person and that person, they are very close. Satan fight a lot with a situation as in Gianna. Sometimes you say if families as a van, but not knowing why kungavanwa. Mimoya that attacks happiness, let's right ending. You understand? I'm not saying there's a witchcraft in because of me and my child, we are close. No, but now, like you just reminded me, I should just pray more about this situation.
Definitely.
So
Definitely.
otherwise,
And
thank you so much, guys, to allow me to be in this platform.
it's a pleasure, ma'am. It's a pleasure. Yeah, no, I definitely, as a person who haven't gone to university and haven't been raised in a Christian way, my faith also was challenged in university. I veered out of the way now and then, and had to come back and all of that. But in my understanding right now, is I'm pretty much sure that there was a prayer from my mother and a couple of people who stand with me in prayer that has helped me in situations that I did not know one. And there are those that I know, Kuti, are here for sure, for sure. There was a prayer that was sent that has assisted me in that. So all I'm saying is, let it be that you see more spiritually, understand more spiritually of what is happening physically, because before they happen physically, they would have happened spiritually. So there will be a lot of challenges that will come, challenges of whoever, some people in the university are not Christian. They are outright believing in whatever that they believe in that is against what your child believes in. So, and we happen to share a room, what will happen? There will always be engagements and things like that. So that's where now that's what I'm saying, you need to just elevate in that element, in the prayer part. And also we don't neglect the physical element of it, to just say, hey, I love you. I hope you had a great day. That's it, or hey, whenever you get a chance, let me know how your day was, how your week was, or at least give me a call once a week if that's what you want to do, or tell me how you would like us to communicate going further, because I've gotten used to talking to you every day, but maybe that's not what you like, or you're still want your own space. Let me know how it is, but you know very well that you are standing in a place of prayer spiritually, and you have more foresight in terms of these things. So that will be the advice I would definitely give you in that. And yeah, involve your brother and your sister, and sometimes also still remind her that you are the parent. If you need to rock up in Cape Town, and you just say, hey, I'm at your brother's place, come through. You don't have to literally pop up at the university itself, but just be like, hey, I'm at your brother's place, come through when you're done with lessons. I'll just like to see you and whatnot, so that she can also know that, yeah, no, my parent also can come through at any point in time, and she's here to see me, and she cares over the fact that I'm not answering calls and things like that. So, and just see how it goes, but be led spiritually, and I think you will be okay. But thank you so much for coming to the panel, Faz.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who listened to this story of mine. Thank you, guys.
It's a pleasure. Do come back tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. So we are always here. So yeah, thank you so much. And I think this can definitely be the end of the live. We did a bit of theory and a little bit of practical, so we really, really appreciate you guys for coming through. We appreciate all the advice that you have given to us, Faz. Thank you for your engagement, and I will be seeing you guys next week, Tuesday. And I'm not sure, perhaps between Leroy and Subs will host tomorrow. Abuti Mahlatse o tla ba strong, o tla check ku YouTube kaosane, and yeah, follow up. Everyone else who followed us for the first time today, thank you. Just a bit of who we are. We are Makoya Rundown. We are here Monday to Friday, 20 past 10, and we have conversations like these. Some are difficult, some are light, but all of them are things that, we are either experiencing, things that we want to speak about, things that, are influencing us positively. And sometimes, not sometimes, we actually employ you to come through with any topic that you would like us to discuss, so that we can also talk about something that is important to you. You can also come through, like Sis Faz came through asking questions, or you're going through a situation, you just want to know, hey, what am I doing, And yeah, so that is basically that. Abutuli Roy, there's a question. Do we know what the topic for tomorrow is?
Well, we don't know yet, but then hey, man, we could just have like just one of those Fridays where like we just have random talks. So maybe I don't know, maybe that, but then
Yeah.
I'm still not sure how maybe who host Sabzi, no, or me. So yeah, we'll still need to hear from Sabzi about that.
Okay. Mahlaji said we will talk about cars. Alrighty then, everyone, thank you for joining through. We appreciate you. Join through tomorrow. Because producer today had to be excused because I think she's writing an exam. So maybe she will send in a topic, and that could also be put up on the status. I'm not too sure. And yeah, about being a stepmother. Okay. I think we will see how maybe Subs can take it tomorrow if she's will be able to do it. If not, we will do it definitely another day. About being a stepmother and a stepfather. Okay, it's all about stepping in the name of love. Sorry, I just had to. Any case, keep it Makoya, everybody. I will see you. Enjoy your weekend. If I don't speak to you guys tomorrow, enjoy your weekend, and let's do great, man. Let's always keep it Makoya with the people we love. Keep it Makoya with strangers. Keep it Makoya, everywhere in jail. Let's just be the real, the real, the real. Enjoy the rest of your day, and bye bye.